The Navy has discovered a stash of heroin known as brown sugar in the Thalapadu area in Mena. The value of the stash of heroin is estimated to be 100 million rupees. Speaking to News First, Navy media spokesperson Commander Kosala Varnakula Surya said that the stash was seized by the Navy during a raid carried out this morning. The stash of heroin had weighed 4.2 kilograms. In addition, the Navy had also found 9 SIM cards and 2,000 Indian rupees in the suspect's possession. A suspect died by hanging himself in the Hambantota prison. According to the police, the individual was arrested in suspicion of molesting an underage girl.
The underage girl was molested by the suspect in the Gothamigam area in Kataragama. An individual who saw the footage of the incident, which was recorded in the suspect's mobile phone, informed the police about the incident. Police stated that the suspect who was arrested was remanded after being produced before the Hambantota magistrate today. According to the police media spokesperson, the individual hanged himself while in prison using a sarong. The deceased was a 40-year-old resident of the Gothamigama area and was married.
A special police team has been appointed under the supervision of a superintendent of police to carry out investigations into the deaths of 3 individuals who were found hanging from a tree in the Kadigava area in Nepavala. A senior police officer in charge of the Anuradhapura area said that the special police team has commenced investigations to ascertain the cause of death.
The magisterial inquiry into the 3 deaths was held last morning in the Kadigava area in Eppavala. The inquiry was conducted by the acting magistrate of the Thambuttegama area, Luke Bandara, and specialist of the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital, Dr. D.L. Vaidyaratna. It was reported that the 2 sisters who died were involved in a love affair with the same individual who was an army deserter. The 2 sisters had left home with the army deserter on Friday night, while a relative had discovered their bodies hanging from a tree last morning. Meanwhile, the funerals of the mother, father and daughter who were killed in the Hambegamo area on Wednesday were held today. Our correspondent said that a large crowd had attended the funeral. A person was killed with a sharp object in the Pandiripu area in Kalmune. The police said that another individual who has sustained injuries was admitted to the Kalmune hospital. No body has been taken into custody in connection to the incident which occurred last night. Furthermore, the skeletal remains of an individual along with the pieces of clothing were discovered in a sewage pit belonging to the Mahaveli quarters located in the riverside area in Gampaula. A group which had arrived to clean the pit had discovered the body yesterday. It is suspected that the remains belong to a woman who was residing in the area and who had disappeared nearly 17 years ago.
When she disappeared, I was only 13 years old. There's an old pit, and when they arrived to clean it, they had found the remains. We went with our father, and he said that they were my mother's clothes. She wears a shirt over her sari blouse when working. That is how we knew it was her.
Sari blouse ekay ek udin shirt taka dala thamai weda karanne e shirt එක දැන් අම්මුණද ඒකෙන් දැනගත්තා අපේ අම්මා තමයි කියලා.
Well, Sri Lankans were among the fortunate ones across the globe last night to be able to witness the last full lunar eclipse before 2014.
A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth's shadow is cast on the moon. During the full lunar eclipse, the complete shadow of the Earth is cast on the moon and the moon takes on an eerie reddish hue. As yesterday was also the Uduwa full moon Poya day, this phenomenon was clearly visible. Our correspondents across the country stated that although some people could not witness the rare occurrence due to inclement weather, several people did turn out to view the final full lunar eclipse of the year. The full lunar eclipse was also visible in Europe, North Africa, Australia and some Asian countries. Astronomers say the next full lunar eclipse will take place in October 2014.
On the 12th of October, Action TV revealed that this road, which begins from the 7th mile post area on the Anuradhapura-Puttalam road and leads to Moriyakolama, is constructed without a proper standard under the supervision of the Western Province Road Development Authority, even when there is a Road Development Authority present in the Northwestern Province. The Ministry of Economic Development has allocated 71.5 million rupees for the construction of this road. Two members of the Karuwalagaswawa Pradeshiya Sabha approached the engineers who were in charge of construction activities and questioned them on the problems regarding the road. It is in this backdrop that the Western Province Road Development Authority has taken measures to implement a similar road development initiative. This is to carpet and develop the 1.9 kilometre stretch of road from the 17th junction on the Anuradhapura-Puttalam road to Navagatte-Gama. The Ministry of Economic Development allocated 29.2 million rupees for the development activities of this road. For those travelling on this road, there are plenty of examples about the standard of the development activities taking place on the road. The main reason for this is that a considerable number of culverts on the road are falling apart owing to the poor construction. There are also several irregularities regarding its construction. They watered and flattened the road a few days back. Now the stones on the road have surfaced. They sweep the road and lay stones on it. Then it is tarred immediately, but the road deteriorates after some time. They lay stones and then tar the road, but the stones are laid on a different side. If the people are to enjoy the maximum benefits of such road development initiatives, measures should be taken to carry out these projects at a high standard. Shouldn't the benefits of development be brought to rural areas by putting an end to such irregularities and measures taken by institutions supervising these activities to dupe the general public? Secretary to the Ministry of Economic Development, this is over to you.
Well, time to take a look at what's happening in the world of sports, and Nadeem Majid is here in the studios with the very latest. Nadeem, I hear that the battles in the parliament moved to the cricket field today.
That's right, Arundhati. It's good to see our legislators trying to keep fit. The parliamentarians team recorded a 71-run win against the ministers team in a 2020 match that was played for the Speaker's Challenge Trophy today. Now, the match, which was organised by the Ministry of Sports, was held at the Sports Ministry ground in Colombo.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa and opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe also participated in the event. The ministers' team won the toss and invited the parliamentarians' team to take first lease of the wicket. MPs Janaka Wakkumbura and Ravi Karnanayaka opened the batting for the MPs' team. While MP Wakkumbura scored 10 runs, MP Dayasuri Jayasekara scored 14 runs. MP Namal Rajapaksa was out for 8 runs and MP Tilanga Sumadipala scored only 16 runs. The captain of the MP's team, Sanat Jayasuriya, was able to score 36 runs. MP Akhilaviraj Karyawasam scored 32 runs, while MP Niranjan Wickremesinghe managed 27 runs. The MP's team posted 176 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Minister Vimal Veeravansa bagged 3 wickets for 33 runs. Batting in reply, the minister's team were restricted to 105 runs for the loss of 7 wickets at the end of their allotted 20 overs. Minister Indika Bandaranayake scored 19 runs. Ministers Mahindananda Aludgamage and Rohana Disanayake scored 12 runs each. Minister Dallas Alahaperuma made 11 runs, while Minister Vimal Veeravansa scored 8 runs. Minister Vinyagamurthy Mullidharan was unbeaten on 11 runs. Meanwhile, Dr. Harsha De Silva, Sanat Jayasuriya and Taranath Basnayaka bagged 2 wickets each for the MP's team. MP Dr. Harsha De Silva won the Best Bowlers Award and MP Akhilaviraj Karyawasam was adjudged the Best Batsman. Minister Dallas Alahaperuma walked away with the Man of the Match award.
In leather ball cricket news, 5 half-centuries from the top 5 batsmen saw the South African Invitation 11 post a challenging 357 runs on the third and final day of the practice match against Sri Lanka in Benoni. Now, Sri Lanka made 207 runs for the loss of 3 wickets by stumps on the third and final day, with the match ending in a draw.
Resuming batting in their first innings on an overnight score of 323 runs for the loss of 6 wickets, the South African Invitation 11 lost their last 4 wickets for 34 runs. Dean Elgar top scored for the South African Invitation 11 with 78 runs, while Dilhara Fernando bagged 4 wickets for 76 runs for Sri Lanka. In reply, Sri Lanka put on a solid opening stand of 129 runs before skipper Tilakaratne Dilshan fell for 74 runs. Opener Taranga Parnavitana was retired out after scoring a century and Mahela Jayawardena was dismissed for 26 runs. In the end, Sri Lanka were 207 runs for the loss of 3 wickets at stumps on the third and final day.
Time now for Sports First Weekend Special, The Bitter Truth.
Women's volleyball player Mayuri Madusha died in a road accident in 2009 while participating in the 35th National Sports Festival in Polonnaruwa. RMNS Ratnayaka fell ill after sustaining severe injuries while competing in a boxing match at the Inter-Air Force boxing tournament in 2010. Tushan Manoj of the Sri Lanka Air Force, who finished third in the 400-meter hurdle event in the Under-20 Junior National Sports Festival, drowned in the Mahaweli River last Friday.
I lost my precious child. He looked after me after I lost my husband.
Tushan's coach, Ashoka Jayasundara, who is a sports official in the sports development department, said that Tushan died when he was in Nuwara to attend training. Why did Tushan and a group of athletes who reside in Colombo travel to Kandy for training?
Our coach is the best for 400-meter hurdle training. The first 8 athletes who represent the national team are training with our coach. He was training in Colombo and then got a transfer to Kandy. So we went to Kandy on our own to train with our coach.
The Minister of Sports said that the relevant coach was transferred to Kandy following a standard procedure and that there was no hidden agenda behind this move. He added that if the athlete and the coach acted with responsibility, such an unfortunate incident would not have taken place. Why is the Sports Minister refusing to accept that improper management and lack of training centres is the reason for such incidents to occur?
The coaches are training our athletes in places like Kandy under poor conditions. We must commend the efforts taken by our coaches who are trying to improve the standards of our athletes under such conditions.
When will steps be taken to streamline training in the country and prevent the reoccurrence of such tragic incidents that affect the sport? Who should be held responsible for such incidents? Is it the Sports Ministry, the Athletics Association or the coach? Or is it athletes such as Tushan himself?
Well, a short while ago, chasing a target of 268 runs, the West Indies were bowled out for 233 runs in 44.1 overs, handing India a 34-run victory. Well, that's all we have for you from the world of sports. Back to you, Arundhati.
Thank you, Mahadev. Well, with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Weekend Primetime News. Do log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk for the very latest on the web. I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka. It was indeed a pleasure having you with us. Good night.